Thousands of farmers in India have been protesting for months. Last November, they organized a national strike involving 250 million people. That's more than all the adults in America. But why? Here is 5 things you need to know about the Indian farmers' protests so far. The protests began in August against new farming laws introduced by the government. By November, farmers marched on Delhi and were met with police violence. But they got through, blocking roads in and out of the capital, and thousands have now been camped around Delhi since then, many with their families.
हमारी यही मांग है कि हम काफ़ी तरह से डर।
मेरे दादाजी वो भी एक किसान है, फार्मर है, मैं एक फार्मर की बेटी हूँ। हमारे फ्यूचर को बहुत एक ब्लीक फ्यूचर है हमारा जो हमारी इनकम है फार्मर्स की वो कम हो जाएगी।
Over 40% of people in India work in agriculture, and those protesting are afraid of losing the livelihoods they depend on. This all comes from 3 new laws which loosen the rules around the sale, pricing and storage of farm produce. Most Indian farmers sell their crops at government-controlled markets or mandis. They will now be allowed to sell their produce directly to private buyers. But farmers fear that the government markets will disappear, as well as the minimum support price, which guarantees to cover the cost of production. They worry that they won't be able to negotiate prices with big corporations and will no longer make any money. The governing party says that the reforms are needed to modernize farming. They say that making it easier to sell crops to private buyers will give farmers more control, allowing them to cut out middlemen who run the mandis and get more money. The laws were passed during the pandemic with barely any consultation.
हमारा जो भविष्य है वो इस किसानी से हमेशा ही जुड़ा रहेगा क्योंकि हम भी किसानों के बच्चे हैं। अगर आज ये कानून हमारे पेरेंट्स पर लागू हुए।
No farmers, no foods and I Stand with Farmers has been talked about around the world with protests held in solidarity. In January, India's Supreme Court put the laws on hold until further notice. But a number of talks between farmers' unions and government have failed. On India's Republic Day, a planned rally turned violent when protesters broke through police barricades guarding Delhi's historic Red Fort. Farmers say that until the reforms are repealed, they will not stop protesting. For more videos like this, subscribe to BBC My World.